The Smiler. I honestly hate this ride. What is the point of the Smiler? Let's make another one. Rant reviews. Hello. So 6 months ago, I became the most controversial person for one reason, and that was because of my thoughts of a coaster at Alton Towers called the Smiler. So, where to start? So let's start with the whole coaster itself. It looks ugly. It's not the most beautiful thing. It may be a masterpiece in engineering, but it's absolutely terrible. I'll tell you that. It just looks so awful when you just walk down into X-Sector and see loads of metal going in and outside of each other. It just looks terrible. It just absolutely looks terrible. And I prefer the black hole tent, as that looks a lot nicer. And I remember seeing the black hole tent, and that proves how long it's been now I've been going to Towers, right? I remember the black hole tent, but when I was still the Smiler constructed, I thought it looked cool until it was fully complete and it looked terrible and nothing like the plans that it originally was going to have. So the Smiler plans looked 10 times better than it actually turned out to be. Like, if you look at these concept arts that are on the screen now, this is not what we got. Like, we got the most plain and boring queue line for a ride in the world, okay? It is just a cattle pen going in and outside of each other, okay? Doing nothing. And the only good thing about the queue is you can see views of the ride, but really it is a terrible queue. And the metal netting above the queue is the most annoying thing in the world. Because if you're a content creator, so taking photos or taking videos for YouTube and Instagram and etc., you literally can't take pictures of the attraction because of these metal bars and the metal netting. It's like absolutely a pain to take pictures of. There's only one decent part of the whole ride queue which you are able to take pictures of, but there is still the metal netting. I'm quite lucky with the camera I have. I'm able to put my camera through a little bit of the gap, so I'm able to get no gap in. But for main people like my other camera, which is my Canon M50, I can't even get a decent shot without a decent lens. And I don't have the money to buy a lens just to take pictures of the Smiler. So why should I pay money just to take pictures of an awful coaster track? And another thing about the Smiler, the track profiling is absolutely dreadful. Like, seriously, the track is so painful when you go around. Those final 3 inversions are unbearable. They're absolutely unbearable. The only decent, most smoothest part of the ride is going into the first indoor drop, into the first inversion, going up to the first lift hill. That is it. The whole coaster is painful. And it's got this awful rattle which goes when you're going all the way around the track. Like, seriously, this attraction is absolutely terrible. Like, seriously, come on. So let's just go down to now the music of the attraction, right? IMAscore creates some fantastic soundtracks, such as like Galactica, Wicker Man, Taron, Chapas, Fly, the brand new soundtrack for Rookborough, many attractions, but they created the Smiler soundtrack, which is my least favourite ride soundtrack in the world. I absolutely hate this soundtrack just due to one reason. It is constantly ha ha ha, or this massive drone which is like, oh. I absolutely hate this soundtrack and I just don't like it at all, and I just find it absolutely aggravating every time you make videos. You can just hear it in the background. When you're in the queue, it is constant. When you go to X-Sector, you can't even hear the Oblivion soundtrack because you've got the Smiler soundtrack banging in the background. It is absolutely annoying, and I absolutely hate the Smiler's soundtrack. So, in my opinion, the Smiler soundtrack is terrible and it should never have been made, and I don't like that soundtrack. So I'm going to come back to the theme. So who wants to be made to smile? I know I said this in my last Rant review, like who would be made to smile for this attraction? It's absolutely terrible. Who wants to be like made to smile? And like, it's a terrible theme. Whoever came up with it, I just don't like them, because who wants like a ride called the Smiler when there's other attractions in the park which is called Wicker Man, 13, Rita, Jewel, I don't know why I said Jewel, but like other attractions which have better names than the Smiler. They couldn't have thought anything more like the Hypnotizer or something like that. Like, I know they've got the what's it called, the Marmalizer structure thing. Like, that's alright, that's cool when it works. When the special effects work on it, like the air cannons and the what's it called, the sprays. The sprays. When they work, it's a good attraction. But it's just not a good attraction. It's just terrible. And I just don't like it, if truth be told. As you may have seen over the past 6 months, I am very controversial because of my opinion of the Smiler. My opinion of the Smiler has made people go really angry at me. I've had very, very, very horrible messages. If you like the Smiler, cool. I don't care. I don't need to know. I don't need to have a full-on argument with someone. The fan base behind this attraction is good. It's good. I love the commitment people have for the Smiler. I think it's fantastic. But I know many people have opinions. So let's listen to people's opinions, guys, because I have people's opinions.
Okay, the Smiler is an absolute incredible coaster. Let's be honest, right? It's got 14 loops. Yes, the scenery is not that great, the theming is not fantastic. However, though, if this was put somewhere else around the world, people will be saying it's absolutely world class. My eyes, the Smiler is an incredible coaster. 14 loops, come on guys, let's be honest with it. The reason why I'm doing this is because I've just done it off the tracks. So yes, I will see you soon. Bye bye.
Hey dude, I know you wanted me to sit here and say bad things about the Smiler, but I can't bring myself to do it, man. The Infinity Coaster is a staple point in that Gerschlauer crown. If I had anything bad to say, I'd say that the old concept art was way better than the stripped back version of the station building that we got now. But from the indoor section to the first lift hill to the vertical lift hill, all the loops, you don't know where you're going, the 2 airtime hills, it's just an experience from start to finish. And yeah, I can't say anything bad about it. I'm sorry, buddy, but hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy who hasn't had his hair cut for 8 months. Take care, man.
I actually hate the Smiler so much. I hate the theming. There needs to be more if it wants to go with that. The ride is so rough. They need to change all of it. It needs a retrack. It needs everything doing. Rip it up, take it away. I hate this ride.
The Smiler is the most overrated coaster in the UK. It has so much hype around it, but the restraints are not great. It really benefit from lap bars. Please put lap bars on there. But I do think the 2 airtime hills are really amazing. But I still think that Icon, Nemesis, Stealth, Swirl are all better.
It's scary, it's weird, and it's upside down. But I've seen stranger things. I actually quite like the Smiler, but it's not Nemesis. So for that reason, it is
There's people's opinions. And yeah, there you go. Thank you for watching a theme park joke video. Please like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye. Boom.